Hello YouTube and welcome back to Mark's Shrimp Tank. Today we're going to look at the humble Neocaridina davidi, aka the red cherry shrimp. I love this shrimp. This is turned out to be one of my favourite shrimp of all time just because of how productive and beautiful it is. I'm going to go over a list of steps that you need to do if you want to keep this shrimp and be successful at breeding them as well. The first one would be tank size. I recommend you start off with at least a 10 gallon because all shrimp, regardless of what they are, need stability. If you have a tiny tank, you're not going to have the same stability as a larger tank. Step number 2 is substrate. This one is not so as important as crystals because Neocaridina, they're not as fussy as crystals. They require a slightly harder water parameter. That's why things like if you have a scape tank with large pieces of rock, you will do better with cherries because in general the rocks will leach minerals. And Neocaridina, they like a mineral rich environment, so I suggest that. Step number 3 would be your water. As you fill your new tank up, you're going to want to use the best quality water you can. If you can't afford an RO system or you can't get RO water, I suggest using just plain old tap water. Neocaridina shrimp are not fussy when it comes to perimeters in general. I tend to find that they love a mineral rich environment, as I've already said, so bear that in mind when you set up your tank. Step number 4, this is after you put your substrate in and you put your water in. You want to make sure that your tank is fully cycled. Any tank, regardless of species, I recommend that you let it run for at least 3 to 4 weeks before putting any living thing in the tank, because there is a chance there will be ammonia in it, and ammonia is deadly. They actually use ammonia in things like hospitals to clean floors because it kills everything. So bear that in mind. Cycle your tank properly. Another good tip as well would be, when you are cycling, leave your lights on 24/7, 7 days a week. And basically what this will do is it will set up the perfect environment in your tank for shrimp. Your walls in your tank will be covered with algae and biofilm, and your new shrimp will love it. Step number 5, when you get your new shrimp, make sure that you acclimate them properly. I prefer the drip method because I believe that shrimp need a little bit of time to acclimatise themselves to new water, so try that, do that as I said. Food, this one's quite important. Only feed the proper amounts of food that they will require within 2 hours. If you don't do this, what's going to happen is you'll pollute your own tank and your shrimp will suffer because of it. Step number 7, water changes. I've banged on and on about this over and over. Water changes are super important. I recommend with any shrimp species that you do not do more than 1 or 2 water changes a month, and I'll give you a very good reason for this as well. Basically with shrimp, right just now you saw a buried female shrimp walk past. The gestation cycle in a buried female shrimp is 3 weeks. So if you change water once or twice within that 3 weeks, what's going to happen is that shrimp will want to molt. Even though it's already buried, it will still want to change its eggs. Now that female will not want to molt, meaning that it will be stressed. But sometimes if you change too much water too fast, the shrimp will have no choice because there will be osmotic differences between the shrimp's body and the water on the outside, and it has to molt. If you do it too much, you will kill your shrimp. So bear that in mind when you do water changes. Once or twice a month at most, and at the very most I would recommend maybe 30%. Step number 8 is be patient. There's a great saying that Rome wasn't built in a day, and it is exactly the same with shrimp. From my personal experience, I reckon from birth until a shrimp's able to have its own eggs and have its own babies is roughly about 2 months. Okay, so you have all that time for your shrimp to grow and get ready to provide you with more shrimp. So That is one of the golden ones, is be patient. Step number 9. This is one, it is not so super important, but it will help you greatly. And that is subscribe to my channel. Like my videos, help me get more recognition on YouTube. And I guarantee that you will have more success with shrimp keeping. Okay? Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite and subscribe. Leave as many comments as you like in the video section below, and I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Happy shrimp keeping.